If Ali Soufen's story didn't make you think twice about 9/11, my next guest will. He's calling on the administration, the Obama administration, to take a fresh look at 9/11 because all potential suspects were not investigated. Here now is former Florida Senator Bob Graham, who chaired the Senate Intelligence Committee in the aftermath of 9/11. Senator Graham, it's a pleasure. Welcome to Freedom Watch.
Thank you, Judge.
Why do you want the federal government, 10 years after the event, 4 years after the 9/11 Commission report was accepted by the Congress, to open up the investigation of what happened before, during, and immediately after 9/11?
Well, Judge, there's some old news, such as the fact that the final report of the congressional inquiry contained a 28-page chapter on the role of the Saudis in 9/11, which was censured from word one to the last word, and has therefore been withheld from the American people. I'd like that to be released. Also, the new situation in Sarasota, Florida, it's been, there's beginning to be increasing information that 3 of the hijackers, including Atta, who was the lead hijacker, had a series of contacts with a Saudi family of some wealth and prominence living in a gated community in Sarasota in the months before 9/11. And on August the 30th, 2001, that family en masse, under rather rushed circumstances, left the United States to go back to Saudi Arabia. Question, were they tipped off and left because they were told it's better that you not be here?
You were once the chair of a congressional committee investigating 9/11. In that capacity, you had shown to you classified documents which you were allowed to read and absorb and not reveal. You are now of the view that the 9/11 Commission and your own committee didn't look at everything that was out there, and that there might be some people who were involved in this who got away scot-free. Does the government know who these people are and that they got away scot-free?
Well, I hope they do. What we know about San Diego, which is the place that your previous guest was talking about, was largely learned because of some inquisitive, curious investigators, not because the FBI had told us what they knew about what was going on in San Diego. And a similar pattern seems to be occurring now in Sarasota. We're learning things for the first time that should have been made available back immediately after 9/11, in many instances to the public, but always to those who had a responsibility to make a full inquiry as to what had happened.
Senator Graham, last question. Michael Scheuer, who's a former career CIA officer and who was in charge of the hunt for Osama bin Laden for 15 years, has called the 9/11 Commission a whitewash from top to bottom. Do you agree?
Well, I can speak for our joint congressional inquiry. I thought it was a very thorough examination based on the information that either we received, as we should have, or that we found. But I still think there are significant unanswered questions, such as why did these people, both in San Diego and Sarasota, who had been involved with the hijackers, leave immediately before 9/11? What was the motivation of the Saudi government to have given this level of assistance to future hijackers? And why has the United States gone to such lengths to cover it up?
Senator Graham, thanks for joining us. You're always welcome here.
Thank you very much, Judge.
My next guest wrote the